Hello everyone, myself Miss Pramila. First of all, welcome to Geography. In today's session, we are going to see about components of the environment. Our environment is made up of three basic components. These are natural, human, and human-made components. The natural components includes biotic elements such as plants, animals, and humans, and abiotic elements such as sunshine, rainfall, etc. When these biotic and abiotic elements are found in their natural condition without any change by humans, the environment is known as natural environment. Next, the human environment comprises individual, family, community, religion, and social, economic, and political situation. It includes human and the environment made by them. Then the next one is the human made environment. Is the environment that is made by humans. It is not natural. Buildings, parks, bridge, road, industries and monuments which are all made by humans are examples of these components of the environment. These are some examples of the environment. Now, the natural environment. The natural environment consists of the lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. From that, first, the lithosphere. You already know that the outermost solid layer or crust of the earth is known as the lithosphere. It consists mainly of rocks and minerals. Oceans and continents also form a part of the lithosphere. The lithosphere provides the thin layer of fertile soil that supports agriculture. It also provides us with the space to build houses and have other socio-economic activities. The lithosphere has a highly undulating terrain. This terrain forms the diverse landforms on continents and ocean flora. This is the lithosphere. It has the then the next one is the hydrosphere. The hydrosphere means it is consists the water cycle only. The hydrosphere comprises the various sources of water, fresh as well as saline, found in different types of water bodies such as river, lake, wetland, sea, oceans, polar ice caps, etc. Hydrosphere is essential for all living organisms. The hydrosphere is also the domain in which life began on our planet millions of years ago. It is what makes our planet unique in the solar system and probably the entire universe. It is the layer that is responsible for the life on Earth. Today we are eagerly looking for the sign of presence of water on other planets such as Mars and Kepler 10b. But have you ever wondered what happens to the water back home? Almost all the waste generated on our planet finds its way to rivers, groundwater, lakes, and finally ocean. More than 40% of the river have been rendered unfit for human consumption. As a result, many amphibian species have become endangered. The wetlands are being filled to make way for construction. Our groundwater table has sunk hundreds of feet below the natural groundwater level. As a result, the wells have gone dry. In many places, the groundwater has become contaminated with heavy metals that produce various kinds of deformities. Now we are going to see about atmosphere. Atmosphere is the thin layer of air that surrounds the earth. It consists of gases such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen and dust and water vapor. The atmosphere traps the heat of the earth and also prevents the ultraviolet rays of the sun from affecting us. The atmosphere is also the domain where all weather phenomena such as rain, winds take place. Therefore, it is important for life survival. Our activities have adversely affected the Earth's environment. The increasing use of the fossil fuels has changed the balance of gases in our environment. We have added millions of tons of carbon dioxide to our environment, resulting in the greenhouse effect. This has tried as an increase in the average temperature on Earth. It may prove in the future as it could melt the thick polar ice cap and raise the sea level and subsequently submarine the densely population coastal region of the world. Our use of endangered chemicals such as chlorofluorocarbon has created a hole in the ozone layer in the atmosphere, allowing harmful ultraviolet rays to enter the Earth's atmosphere and cause skin cancer. Besides this, in some regions, chemical fumes have resulted in acid rain which has destroyed forest and vast agricultural land. Now we are going to see biosphere. All plants and animal species together make up the biosphere or the living world. It is a narrow zone of the earth where land, water, and air interact with each other to support life. It can also be called the sum total of all spheres on earth. The biosphere is a self regulating and closed system where sunlight is the only element that comes from an external source. The biosphere can extend up to as high as a few kilometers into the atmosphere, where birds, insects, microbes, pollens, and spore can be found. It also extends up to a few kilometers below the surface of the earth into the ocean. Some species of microbes have been discovered that can tolerate extremely dark, high temperature and pressure conditions in the deep ocean vents. This is the biosphere. Now we are going to see ecosystem. See our ecosystem. An ecosystem comprises of the interrelation between living organisms and their physical environment. These interrelations helps in recycling energy and nutrients. There are thousands of big and small ecosystems in the biosphere. You can find ecosystem all around you. A school garden is an ecosystem as it may contain flowering plants and butterflies, fruits, trees, and birds, bearing mammals, and microorganisms in the soil. All these organisms are linked to each other in a variety of ways and helps in the recycling of nutrients. Even a tree within the garden can be an ecosystem in itself is if it supports ants, birds, fungi or mammals. An ecosystem can be as large as a ocean or a forest and as tiny as pond or rooting stump in the garden. Living organisms are interdependent on each other. They may be found together in food chain and food webs, energy and nutrient cycle, predator relationship or other mutually benefits relationship. For example, the seeds of some plants are covered with hard seed coats. This must pass through the gut of a bird so that the excreted seeds is able to germinate. Even some tiny species of coral fish aid the large growing over gigantic fish such as shark. This helps the shark to remove any unwanted algae growing on its skin, while it helps the coral fish to obtain its food. Even some insects such as butterflies helps in the distribution of pollen that are produced by the plants. These are many friendly bacteria in the gut of herbivores. These bacteria helps the animals in the process of digestion by producing useful enzyme. In return, these bacteria get the nutrients required to survive. These are certain fungi in the roots of some plants. Some fungi induce certain chemical which helps the plants to absorb nitrogen from the soil. So, this is our ecosystem. In today's session, we saw about the component of the environment. These are the physical, biological and the social. Thank you.